Public financial management is the bedrock of good governance. Recognizing this, the Public Accounts Committee (PAC) partnered with the Office of the Auditor-General of the Federation to hold a 4-day national workshop in Lagos. The workshop, taking place at 4 Point by Sheraton, aimed to equip accountants, auditors, budget officers, and compliance specialists with the latest knowledge in public sector accounting, auditing, and reforms. The theme, current trends in public sector accounting, auditing, and reforms, resonate with participants and evident through their anticipation and reception during the speech of Ambassador Victor Walsh Oluwafemi, C.E.O. Africa Development Studies Center, ADSC, facilitators of the workshop.
We are here for a purpose, and that purpose must be achieved. Usually the first day we look very, very slow and look as if, do we know what we are doing at all? But I'm very, very sure by the end of the class today, we'll start getting accommodation, getting positive feedback from you. Auditor-General, it's a privilege to have you with us here today. Honorable Clerk, it's also a privilege to have you here. And every participant that are seated here today, is a privilege to have you in this class. May God be with us all. Thank you.
Dr. Idahosa Osamhanze, E.D. ADSC, emphasized the workshop's role in enhancing practices and deliveries.
Africa Development Studies Center, ADSC, has been at the forefront of capacity building for public officers in the last 20 years. If there's anything that we intend to achieve is to build a virile public service that is driven by transparency, driven by accountability and probity in its operations. A world-class civil service that can transform this nation and make it the bride among the Committee of Nations.
The Auditor-General for the Federation, Shaakaa Chira, delivered insightful remarks highlighting the importance of such initiatives, while Mr. Ogunsanya Olufemi, Director Clerk of the PAC, discussed government's approach in spending priorities in an interview with Soup News Television.
A national workshop on the current trends in the public sector's auditing and public sector's accounts is a thing that is deemed necessary within the Office of the Auditor-General and the committee anchored by the ADS. It's just in order to enlighten the members of the public as well as the accounting officers of MDA of what they have. And dynamically, things change every day. The trends of what happened yesterday, it is not what is happening today. So in order to bring all the accounting officers together in exchanging ideas and to transform learning from one person to another in what they are doing. Because what happens and what occurs in one MDAs is different from what happens in the other MDAs. So they have to bring them together, to rub their mind together, to see how things is going to work, and they can have a uniform, also international practice standards in their day-to-day affairs.
Creating more engagement with a dedicated podcast segment, more crucial areas were explored.
We as auditors will first of all take what the government is doing, and we'll be auditing based on what the direction of the government to achieve, to see if the appointee of government who are in charge of managing the public finance are doing what they are following the direction of the government to achieve the government objective of the renewed hope, the hope that was lost before.
The CEOs of ministry, department, and agencies of government supposed to come together like this to discuss and brainstorm on how to implement all the new policies and reforms that is going on in the public sector as regards to the financial aspect of it, because financial is very, very important.
As a country, we need to play by these rules. So apart from the Constitution and the Act that, of course, set up these MDAs, now there are also international regulations in terms of accounting practice, which of course your donor agencies also will have to check your books to see if you are complying with them, if they must do business with you. So that is why it is good for us to see how to update the knowledge base of those who work in public service in terms of what are the new rules and what are the extant laws and the regulations that govern public accounting.
The event attracted a distinguished audience of directors, managers, and key leaders from various ministries, departments, and agencies, MDAs, with a successful day one filled with diverse training activities. Participants eagerly await day two's offerings. Grace Komolafe, Souk News.